Yeah. Okay.
Now you're.
Fellas, Team Canada post-game live with myself and the Updog, presented by our good friends at Kits. Kits.com or kits.ca. Go on there, virtually try it on, pump in your prescription, pump in promo code curfew, and next thing you know, boom, knock on your door. Kits Eyewear, a good Canadian company. And Updog, my man, what a start, fella. What a start for the boys.
What a nice way to wake up on a Thursday morning to have just some Olympic hockey. 7:30. I convinced Christina to take the kids to school today, which is off. It's a little off schedule. Listen, little yoga, little coffee, right to the match. I had CC, Chris Cuthbert on the screen. I had some Sportsnet on. It couldn't have been a better, and great game. Great game we're going to dive into. But what a better way to start, the Team Canada vibe for the Olympics, baby, with just a nice match. It was great.
So you're streaming the Canadian feed. I like that. Listen, I'm going to say this. It's a mixed bag on the panel, right? You got like James Duthie, who I love, who's a TSN guy. You got Bieksa, Friedman, Cassie Campbell, I believe, all is Rogers. I got to say this. If you're going to bring in James Duthie, you got to bring the O-Dog with him. Like if you go Duthie, O-Dog, Juice, Cassie, and Friedman, I know that's maybe gets a little scrunched in there. But like if you're bringing in Duthie, you got to bring O-Dog with you. I don't know if he didn't want to do it, maybe didn't want to travel, but I just think the O-Dog, in my opinion, Ups, is the best in the business back home. And I know he's a TSN guy, but if Duthie's coming in, Ups, and coming into foreign territory with Rogers, bring the O-Dog with you.
Maybe O-Dog just had his break already planned. You know, it's a long year. You know what it's like up there in Toronto. You going into the studio all the time. He had World Juniors. I just picture him like now he's probably, feet up, got the golf clubs out. He's in Cabo. He's having a cocktail. He's streaming in via his phone. But yeah, I'm sure if O-Dog's not there, he had to have been top of the list. I mean, there's no better guy in the panel as far as you and I both know. Hockey's better when O-Dog's up there mixing it.
Yeah, he was chirping Juice. Juice put out a thing on X and was like, from Step Brothers, he's like, did we just become best friends? And had his hand on Duthie. And O-Dog's like, don't touch him. Don't touch him. So I'm glad you're getting the Canadian feed. I had good old NBC down here. I had Kenny Albert, Old Chuck, and Boucher in between the glass. Why don't we start with you? But well, first of all, let's talk about our makeshift studios here. I went in yesterday and kind of took this out of Hall Pass Media. I went in, the alarms were going off. I felt like I was trying to break into the Louvre in France or something. And obviously in Updog fashion, I thought I went above and beyond. And then you wake up. First of all, when did you have the time to do that? And second of all, where do you keep all those tarps? Fuck.
Buddy, the tarps are, I picked up this, I picked up our step and repeat from Ice Picks spot there on Harbor Island the other night. I called him. I'm like, hey, I need to come pick that up. I got this idea for the garage, our little makeshift studios that we've been doing. So I came down, I got the step and repeat. All the jerseys, fella, dude, I've had these jerseys rolled up perfectly. Frosty actually was the one that showed me how to roll up a nice jersey to not fuck it up.
Yeah, of course.
So I rolled up all these jerseys. I had them in bags. I had them in the, in the big bins in the garage, tucked away. And just like anybody that kind of puts something there, forgets it, I'm like, I got to do something with these. I don't have the wall space. That's an issue always. And so what better way to do this? And now I got my nice little setup here, Obes. So not only can we zoom in like this, I can pop open some boxes of cards in here. I can fucking, I get away. I got the TV up here. I got my little home office. I got the chamber right here. Guitar. I mean, I got it all here, fella. So I'm pretty set. It's a nice way to showcase the boys, though. Look, I got our fellow. Look at that little Loople 1-9er. Does the name show backwards on this right now, or is
it says Loople?
Because it shows it both ways.
It says Loople, and then it says injured reserved underneath it.
Yeah.
It says fucking IR.
It's like race car. You couldn't tell if that was backwards or not. It's spelled the same both ways.
Yeah, that's true.
David. Oh, that's the the last tarp I ever wore in the show. That was tryouts. But look, they're all autographed. 20. It was a thing I did when I played. I go over to the opposing team before the match. Hey, shake some hands, make some deals. Hey, can I get a tarp here, boys? Yeah. So no, it was nice way to showcase them though. So
yeah, looks great, buddy. I don't know where you store all those, but fuck if Frosty told you how to roll up a nice jersey, he's over there in Milan right now doing best on best. But let's get into the game, up dog. Like you said, it was a great morning. Woke up, a couple Baileys and coffee. Shout out to our boy Ty Gretzky, who hooked us up with these unbelievable OVO replica or old school jackets. And then I got this one from PJ. Listen, 5-0. Why don't we start with you? I got some thoughts on the game, but what did you think from for the opening, of a short tournament? You got to be ready to go.
Yeah, thanks for sliding it over for my first little breakdown here. Listen, I thought I was quick to be reminded that they go 13 forward, 7 D-Obes, right? So I'm like, man, it's nice to see Sam Bennett in there. And then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, do they have 13 forwards? I haven't even seen Tom Wilson yet, but it was kind of like the way the game started. The lines really didn't get in a flow, like, maybe early penalty. It was a lot going on, right? Everyone's trying to get their feet in, and I'm just trying to watch the game. So, and then then you notice Doughty's out there. Okay, that's great. They're playing Doughty. Hope Doughty's, in the lineup. Although I said he might be a guy as the tournament goes on, depending on how the speed is, he might be out. But Harley being in there, I thought all the lines just were able to roll. You start to see Celebrini come out, scoring a big goal. His stock has never been higher. It was a great way to finish the first period with him getting a late one like that. But just the momentum, the speed, the speed at what these guys are making their plays, Obes, was at, the forefront today. It was almost like, holy shit, they're all realizing fast that they're in the Olympics and that everyone here is thinking the same. They think the same at that speed. They make the same plays. A little different than in the NHL, but it was a great way to start off. I thought the first period was good because a 0-0 hockey game allows both teams to kind of settle into the tournament and not be trying to run and gun or do too many things. It makes you kind of tighten up and play like a real hockey game. So I thought the first period set the tone for the whole game. And then as the game went on, Team Canada just took it over. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, fella, because I know you're glued to the TV this morning.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to our boy, Mark Princey, good Alberta boy. I wake up and he's got that tragically hip courage. What would you call that? Tribute to all. Kretz is in there a million times. Mess is in there. Sid the Kid, Prongs. I was fired up right away. And McKenna's like, what's going on? I'm like, this is the best video I've ever seen. I couldn't imagine being out there putting on the jersey, but I will say this. I thought Coop and the whole coaching staff, you make a point about 13-7. I thought we came out, we looked a little nervous, which I thought was normal, right? Doughty did an interview between the second and third and said it was the first time he's been nervous in, I think he said 20 years. But I thought as the game went on, Coop and the coaching staff did a real nice job of the 13-7, of getting everyone in there. Obviously, Morrissey got hurt, so they were down to 6D. Basically, I think at the start of the second period, but more up front, I thought Coop did a real nice job of, the only 2 lines he really kept, the way they started was obviously McDavid, Celebrini, Wilson, and then Crosby, Marner, Stone. He didn't mix and match those. The rest of the 2 lines, he mixed and matched, right? Sometimes he threw Horvat up there with McKinnon and Hagel, Bennett on the 4th line, Reinhart and Suzuki bounced up and down. So I just thought Coop did a real nice job of keeping the boys engaged. And I don't know about you, Up Dog, but I used to hate 7D, man. I used to fucking drive me nuts. Typically because I was the 7th defenseman that, wasn't getting much ice. But even, my year in Denver where I was playing lots in my first year in Tampa, even with 7, when you're playing, you're like, fuck, I want to get back out there. So I thought Coop and the boys did a great job. And then Ups, I thought 97 coming out with that fucking hit in the first period was like, let's go. When you put this on your chest, as you've done it. You were the captain of the World Junior team. I can't even imagine, but if I did have this on my chest, I'd be coming out hitting. And he went in there and forechecked like that. And to me, that's when it switched. And the boys are like, let's fucking go here. We're playing for our country.
Yeah, man, it goes back to the World Junior, not to the World Juniors, to that Players Tribune where Connor McDavid said, I care about winning for my country almost more than anything, right? So that hit was a bomb, dude. I think everyone in that Milan building today, you could see the energy in there, but the real energy was when Connor McDavid just laid the boom, threw the shoulder into the guy on the forecheck, something he doesn't do. You don't see him do that until the playoff time. Playoff time, he steps up his game. We've seen it with Edmonton where he comes and just does something outside of his norm. And I just to say this, I think the players all did a great job knowing the 13-7 of just understanding that, hey, maybe the things are going to get switched up. I thought Nate McKinnon did a great job today playing with different guys, being on the right side of the puck. He moved the puck around well. He didn't do too many things, those extra plays by himself. He used his teammates. I actually thought Suzuki came in and did a great job. I mean, without the little trip on the first McKinnon goal that got called back, I thought he played a great game. He was always in there. He was hunting pucks, fishing pucks out. He had a great goal. What a pass by McDavid. I mean, the amount of skill right now that these guys are playing with and the vision, this is only one game down, but the elevation, it's gonna start to just continue to pick up as these guys get in these bigger moments. And we got to tease at the Four Nations, buddy, but now that these guys are actually right where they want to be in international hockey at the Olympics, it's going to be special hockey to watch for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, how excited I was for the Four Nations as soon as the game started. And I got to give the Czechs credit. I thought, like I said, I thought we were a little nervous to start the game. And I thought I'm sure they were too, but I thought the first period, Celebrini gets one late with a tip in from a car. But other than that, it was like, I thought Czech was maybe the better team in the first period. So, right away, Updog, I realized this isn't the Four Nations. This is the Olympics. You have touched on this earlier. Like, these countries all come together for this tournament, and it's just obviously super special. So, yeah, we won 5-0. I thought we really took the game over in the third period. I thought the Czechs finally looked tired from we were relentless, man. 13 forwards, 7D till Morrissey got hurt, and we came in waves. I got to give you, you said Bor Hovat and Nick Suzuki. Both were not on the Four Nations team. Thought they had great games. I've been kind of chirping Horvat forever, and once again, I didn't think he should have been on the team. The way he played today, he was skating. He got a fucking high stick from Wilson after the first, so he's already got a scar. Walk around the Olympic Village with that Horvat and just fucking, he played great. Those two first timers up, so like you said, they played great.
Yeah, dude. Well, what Bo Horvat's given you at a tournament like this, and we had Getzy on, and he explained it perfectly. He just plays the same way every shift. And again, when you have the all-stars in your lineup, you need guys that, yes, they play 22 minutes, for their teams back in the NHL. And, maybe that game is a little bit different than they're going to give you over here. But it's no different than what Jamie Benn did, what, Ryan Getzlaf did, what Joe Thornton did for the Olympics back in Vancouver. Those guys are going to give you straight lines. They're going to go to the net. Every shift, they're going to play hard. And Bo Horvat he did just that. John Cooper looking up and down that lineup, he's got all the superstars in the world, but I guarantee he looks at, number 14 like that Bo Horvat, and says, this guy can play anywhere, take any face-off I need, play on the penalty kill. And you just need to fill your team with guys like that come this tournament, I think.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, our depth is unbelievable. I mean, Connolly texted me. He's like, no one's beating these guys. And I'm like, well, I mean, and then the power play goal was McKinnon from McDavid and Crosby. He's like, are you kidding me with that? I'm like, yeah, what can I tell you, fella? We got some depth up front. But one thing I did notice, Updog, right away, I thought the white jerseys looked amazing. And then they have that Olympic patch on the sleeve. I was just like, that's juice, right? When the boys walked into the dressing room today and saw that, I can only imagine as an ex-player that would never even sniffed a Team Canada, that would kind of give you some flow, as you would say, right? Get you going a little bit like that. It looked really good. And then our goal song, Updog, was Tragically Hip, Blowing High Dough, right? That was the tune. I was fired up for that one too, fella.
Dude, I didn't even notice it until like the last goal. Right before we jumped on, I was kind of like, damn, they got this, because they did. Quite honestly, I think the feed I got was not perfect, or maybe I just didn't have the volume up loud enough. But I heard it on the last goal, thinking, all right, here we go. Do we know what the Americans is yet, or is that? I guess we just got to wait and see.
They're playing Latvia here later this afternoon, so you'll probably hear it. You'll hear it about 9 times. One thing I did learn today watching the telecast. The reason USA is in the easiest group by far is because they won the World Championships. So maybe that was another reason why Sid and the boys went over there. I didn't know that at the time. Like, maybe that's why they were like, hey, if we win the World Championships, we get the easiest group. And the states do it. They got Germany, Denmark, and Latvia. So that was something I didn't know, Updog, before Eddie Olchuk told me today.
Dude, I before the game, Cuthbert had mentioned that Team Canada, I think, has won their last. Is it 20 games at the Olympics? It's either 12 or 20. I'm going to butcher it because now it's just coming back in my head. And it goes back to, I think they had a perfect Olympics in Vancouver. And I want to say a perfect Olympics in Sochi.
Yeah.
And so
we ran the table.
They ran the table. I think this NHL style, Olympics, they've been running the table. So to come out of the gate, the Czechos were dirty. They're a dirty team, stinky team, but it was nice to see.
The last team to beat us, I think, I'm probably going to fuck this up too, but 98 Nagano, they beat us in a shootout, the Czechs, the Dominator.
Yeah.
I don't know if we lost in Salt Lake, did we? I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
but the last time I can remember.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess some beauties are in the chat. Listen, me and the Updog can't see you guys. Bear with us. We don't do this a whole lot.
I can see you boys, and I love you in there. I'm trying to join the chat, and maybe Ice Pick can help me because he's our guru, but I'm adding my YouTube in there, boys.
Oh, here we go.
And then, I'm usually pretty damn good.
Yeah. I got you, boys.
Whoops, we're having trouble, fellas. So I'm getting whoops, we're having trouble thing.
I got him. Okay.
At least it said fella back at me here. StreamYard's got, something on there.
I got it now here.
Fellas.
Boys skipping across the pond for the medal round? No. Can't afford it at missing curfew. Can you boys see the chat? We can now. This guy says, this fucking beauty says, cheaters should stay at the village. This beauty says, fuck it, I'm booking my flight to Milan and selling an arm and a leg for the medal round. Yeah, I hear you, fella. Fuck.
I mean, you can't go wrong over there. We got our boy on the ground there, Schmaltzy, right now. He's been texting me for places to go.
Chat, how are you? Would Uppy rather
We didn't really touch on Binner yet either, Obi. Binner was...
I'm going to get there. Would Uppy rather pound in the...
I'd rather be at the Armani Hotel.
Yeah. Let's stay with that. I got a couple more things about the game, but let's stay... I don't know if we're taking heat for it, but there has been some controversy on air. Listen, Army came out and said the last two Olympics in Sochi and Vancouver, we had a hotel room. And I touched on it on Missing Curfew this week with you and Swishy. Like, what the American players are doing, I give them the utmost respect. I think what I've seen, they've embraced it, good on them. But to me, man, Uppy, like, when we're playing for the gold medal, like, you're so used to having your own hotel room, like, you got to do it, man. Like, it's nothing like disrespect to the other Olympians. It's just like, we're national leaguers. We need our own room.
Totally, dude. It's why you still travel. It's why you still travel first class and we stay at the Ritz when we can, bud. It's because this is how we live. You got to look good, play good, feel good. It's the whole thing. So
I've learned my lesson though, buddy. 4 years ago, we would have emptied the Missing Curfew bank account to go to Milan. And we would have came back and been like, sorry, boys, we can't pay anity. We can't pay ourselves. We can't pay the studio. We fucking blew it all over there.
We got some responsibilities now. My kids, I got kids. I have to pay these kids.
I'll never forget our first Missing Curfew dinner on the road in Vegas. Was it fucking like $8,000 or so, or $5,000 or something crazy? I'm like, I don't know if we can. I don't think the numbers add up here, but Updog, back to the game. Hell of a start by the lads. And let's not forget this Team Canada post-game recap is presented by our good friends at Kits Eyewear. Promo code curfew, good Canadian brand. By the way, they're still doing that giveaway. You got till Saturday to get it in there. Our balance, Updog. I just thought our balance and relentless, like we talked about, but like Willie, Tom Wilson, welcome to Team Canada. Welcome to the Olympics. He hit Gudis in the corner, and I know that look on a face because it's happened to me when you get the wind knocked out of you. And Gudis was like, oh. I thought him, Hagel, Bennett, Marchand finished their check. And every time they could finish their check within the rules too, you could see Willie a couple times like just kind of finished them. Didn't want to, obviously hurt the team or get 5. That physicality, Updog, I know there's no fighting, but buddy, from a guy who played for Team Canada and wore that C, that is something I hope that we had. And with Willie and Bennett and Marshy and Hags, I mean, Hags was finishing everything. Like, we got that, and we got it in bunches is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can add Mark Stone to that list too. I thought he was perfect. Played strong, had a good stick, made it set up a couple goals. As our boy there, Jap P4B on our little chat said he was the MVP of the game. Yeah, listen, both teams came out. You could tell there was a little like an animosity there. Like, the guys were trying to hit each other. I love Bennett going to the net early in the game, fucking putting a stick in there, getting feisty around the blue crease. This sort of tournament, you can't take a shift off. Every shift you got to go out there and you're playing for your country, but also these moments are so big, and little plays like that, finishing your checks. Team Canada put forth an effort that I would have loved to see the World Juniors do, like with their big guys hitting guys, fucking stepping up and realizing the moment. It's going to be a long week for these guys. Like it's a lot of hockey, bam, bam, bam. So yeah, fuck, it was a great way to start off, Obes. And, what better way than to tuck one in there and have Gudis leave the game feeling the heat, fella.
Feeling the heat for at it. Updog, you talked about Binner. Guy's a gamer. I said after the Four Nations, I would never doubt him ever again. Obviously, I know the way you feel about him, the way Swishy feels about him, the way all the boys in St. Louis that won a cup obviously feel about him. Played unbelievable. The way he can play the puck. I mean, the backhand sauce to McKinnon, to Suzuki on the McKinnon goal that was disallowed in the first. Unbelievable play. He made some other great plays where he came out and kept the puck moving. A shutout in game one. I mean, the guy is an absolute gamer, Updog. He was kicking.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's crazy to see just how comfortable he looks in such big moments. There was actually a moment where it was the start of the third period, it was the start of the third. The camera had just right on Binner. Behind him was the Olympic sort of sign and these beautiful colors in his eyes. And I was just like, this guy is so laser focused and he just loves these moments. Like he's almost like he's right now, he'd just been like, can I just fast forward these last, next couple months to get to the Olympics where I can actually play in big games again? Cause it's like the St. Louis Blues just not vibing this year. And he's sort of checked out. You put him in this fucking moment with his red pads, his black blocker and trapper, and his new mask. He is like a fucking cat in there. And quite frankly, he made all the right saves. He kept his team in it. Pasternak, I thought, had a great game. He put a couple pucks coming around the net, far post to a guy coming in, Natchez a few times, where Binner was just solid. He poke checked. He used his stick. He made some great first touch passes, as we talked about on our show this week, just to the D and how good it is to have a goalie that plays like that. But for Binner, no better way to step in, get a little shutout, feel good, and show the boys that I'm the guy. And I'm going to get you guys, to this medal rounds here.
Yeah. Holdy and Ryan, 82-40. What did you think of Wilson's game? I fucking loved it, fella. He was hunting pucks, forechecking, good on the wall. That's the thing I think maybe why McDavid probably wanted to play with him is he's so strong on the wall that in the D zone, if you as you know, up shooter winger, all you got to do to McDavid is just get it out there. Is just lay it to him, and he's coming with speed. I thought Wilson was great. I thought that whole the scary thing for the rest of this fucking tournament is I think that McDavid, Celebrini, Wilson line is only going to get better. I mean, it's only going to get better. And our top and every other top line, you're going to get Crosby, Stone, and Marner. And I got to give Marner credit. I was a little pissed in the first period. He blew some snow inside the fucking offensive blue line. I'm like, take the hit. You're wearing a Team Canada jersey. Take the fucking hit. But listen, he played unbelievable. His dish to Stone was great. Uppy, you mentioned it before the tournament started. That Stone, Crosby, Marner line, it's just so good, 200 feet. Well, whatever, 197 feet because the rink's a little bit smaller. But, they're just good in all three zones, and they're going to be a nightmare all tournament to play against for top lines.
Yeah. I mean, you got three arguably the best, two-way players on the planet playing all in the same line, taking faceoffs either in their own zone or in the offensive zone, and then letting guys like McDavid rest when the puck's in their own zone, right? Like McDavid doesn't have to go out what he's used to it anyway. He plays 25 minutes a night for the Oilers, but these guys are going to eat up all those heavy minutes against the top players in this tournament. And quite frankly, it's only going to give Canada, John Cooper, and the boys momentum. Knowing that you got Crosby out there taking a draw and, blocking a shot, making the right play to the D. How good was Makar, dude? How good was he in the first period? Just his first shift, I'm like, heads up. This guy is everywhere. He's buzzing, he's in, he's out. And then I sent the group text a text. There was a play. There was a turnover by Team Canada in the neutral zone. I think it was McKinnon. It came back on Makar. It was a semi 2-on-1. Dude, he crossed over about 8 feet, like fucking Wembanyama's fucking wingspan. He crosses over. He was crossed over half the ice in about fucking a fifth of a second. And I'm like, dude, this guy's talent is just, it's off the charts, but
yeah, him and Taves together are what you call a shutdown pair. Charlie 434. How about Horvat's game, big fella? Yeah, Charlie boy. He's sticking it up my you-know-what. He's proving me wrong Charlie here. Fuck. Listen, I'm not. One thing you know about Mr. Curfew, if you've been listening, I'm not always right. In fact, I'm probably wrong more than I'm right. But he was just kind of a pussy when he played in Van, and I didn't like that. But I mean, listen, he's shoving it up my you-know-what. Italian Meatball BBL felt like an NHL ref game. That's because it was NHL refs, fella. Wes McCauley. I don't know if it was all NHL refs or not ups, but I saw Wes McCauley out there. The refs did a hell of a job. It was a well-ref game.
The guy who called the Suzuki penalty in the first period, definitely not an NHL ref.
No, okay, definitely so it's a mixed bag.
Turtleneck, mixed bag. Big welding shield, accent. Could have been Slovak, whatever. How good did the Slovaks play yesterday, by the way? We didn't touch on a different game, but the Slovaks played the style of hockey that you see like the fucking old New Jersey Devils play back in the day, dude. They were shutting down, they shut down Finland's top guys. They were all over the ice. And we talked about this, but they seem like a team built of guys that they might play together all the time, right? Like the bottom sort of 6 guys, they're familiar with each other. I thought Slafkovsky was awesome, stepped up in a big game on an international stage, played unbelievable. But to come in and beat a team that was in the Four Nations Cup, that's even money to win a medal this year in Finland, it's big to start the tournament off.
Their goalie played unbelievable. I mean, he absolutely fucking was kicking. I said before on our pregame show, on our preview show earlier in the week, without Barkov down the pipe in Finland, he's such a huge loss. Owen Barkley 3904. Obes, how's your pick 6 looking? It's looking good, buddy, because I'm 5 for 5, and all I need is a Leon Draisaitl goal. I got Celebrini over half a point, boom. Crosby over half a point, boom. McKinnon over half a goal, boom. Makar over half an assist, boom. McDavid over half an apple, boom. All I need is the German fucking assassin Draisaitl to get one today. And I'm a winner, chicken dinner.
Wow, dude. Impressive, man. That's really good. Is there a way to hedge that or no hedge?
Well, either way, I'm in the money. So I'm going to get back.
Yeah, what were the odds on that? That's just, what are your odds? 10-1?
It was 7.2x. So $50 to win 360. I need Draisaitl to get one for me, but
yeah, you're free rolling right now. That's what you call free rolling, fella.
Free balling. I'm free balling.
I'm free balling.
Yeah. Last but not least for me, Updog, just to put a little bow on the first game for Team Canada, 5-0 win. I thought our D was really good. I thought if they didn't get in the zone, we did a hell of a job at our blue line of knocking plays down. And as the game went on, I thought we got better at this. But if we are going to take away one negative, in my opinion, is I think our D zone coverage could have been a little better, and I think it will get better. I just thought the Czechs, listen, they got great players with Pastrnak, Nashis, Palat. They got some good skill up there. I just thought if I'm cooping the coaching staff, maybe tomorrow in the meeting, that's one thing they might be like, hey, let's tighten up a little bit, because when you start playing USA, Sweden, teams like this, Bitter had to make some good saves, and there were some scrambles in front that we were kind of, late to get guys that they just missed. To me, Updog, if I'm going to just put one little negative on the game, is I think we could tighten up our D zone, and if we do that, good luck, everyone.
Yeah, I think that falls on, not just the D, but everybody. And it's game 1, right? New time zone. You've been over there for 4 or 5 days now. You're getting accustomed to a new rink, a little shorter rink. New line mates, new teammates, new kind of, a new schedule. So you're right. I think these guys would love the players, especially. I mean, going in and just saying, how can we tighten things up? Let's
Yeah.
be rock solid all over the ice, right? Like, don't bother showing us clips of us scoring the goals. Show us show us our weak points right now, and let's fix those, and we're going to be unstoppable. It's a good way to like evaluate your first game, is to kind of go in, be humble, and say, okay, let's find ways we can tighten up our D zone and, help Binner on 4 or 5 shots a game. That might be the difference in winning and losing.
Yeah, that's a good point by you. It might not even take the coaching staff. It might be the boys, after the game here, back, at dinner in the village, wherever they are. You know how it is after a game up, especially I'm comparing this to playoffs, right? Like you win game 1, you're sitting around the hotel after, and you're like, boys, fuck, good win, but hey, ups, we got to be a little better in our own zone, right? That one time there where, so it's probably not even going to come from the coaching staff. So that's a great point by you. We got this guy, Jackal Son 2751. If my hair looked like Dobes, I'd beat my own ass. Fella, this is quaffing. This is fucking quaffing, bud. Are you nuts? This is quaffing, fella. Updog, anything else, buddy? Hey, listen, I wasn't too excited pre-tournament. I don't know. Now I'm fired up. Princey's video, the way they played. Who do we got next? We got France next, I believe, on Saturday.
Switzerland, I think, right? No, Switzerland.
I think, is it Switzerland? I thought it was France and then
Switzerland.
The boys in the
chat are talking about Switzerland tomorrow.
Who we got next, boys, in the chat? We got Swiss or the French next?
We only worry about this game. That's us.
Yeah.
This game.
Switzerland, boys. Switzerland? All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about that? I mean, listen.
The Swiss slashers.
Yeah, they let me look at their squad here before we wrap. Top line of Fiala, Nico Hischier, Calvin, whoever the fuck that is. Nino Niederreiter on the second line. Suter, Timo Meyer. They got a few national leaguers, but like you said about this team, Uppy, they all know each other, right? They've been playing together forever.
Don't sleep on these guys. They play together. They have a lot of pride. Fucking postcard country. Drive around, fucking postcards everywhere. They're the real deal, dude. And in international hockey, they're a team in the last 4 or 5 years. They're World Junior team, they're World Championship team, Spangler Cup teams. They come out to play. So they're very prideful people. And playing Canada it's their gold medal game for them, right? What better way for a team to step up, play their first game, and it be against, the champs. So expect them to come out hard, fella.
Can we just wear those white jerseys all tourney, or do we got to throw on the reds with the black maple leaf at one point? We got it, right? I mean, those whites are crispy.
Yeah.
They're crispy.
They're crispy, yeah.
They're crispy.
I don't care what jerseys we're wearing. We look the best. Red and white, red and black. Let's go.
As Grape says, folks, we are the best. We got some boys in the chat here saying, don't sleep on the Swiss. I would agree. One thing I learned from that game, Canada covered. It was -2 and a hook. Money line was minus 1,200 basically, so you didn't want to tickle that, but they did cover on the spread. But what I did take away from that game up, I think it was a lot closer than 5-0. And like you said, all these teams, they're very prideful people. So good luck to the boys. Keep it going. Updog, my man, thank you. Thank to our good friends at Kits Eyewear. Promo code curfew. That was the boys breaking down Team Canada 5-0 win.